And you can always watch us on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. And now Twitch. Sports 1440 AM for the YouTube channel specifically. If you want to go check that one out, make sure you give us a subscription. And if you're watching right now, hit that thumbs up button. Our graphic today, the Dolphins might be out a head coach with Mr. Mike McD hanging out there. Yeah, that was, it's not very good in Miami right now. Obviously, some injuries have impacted that roster. With the turnaround of the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills maintaining a strong team and roster, I would think that for the Miami Dolphins, maybe they might want to look somewhere else. Maybe that's just me trying to will it into existence because I think that man is a great offensive coordinator, and I'd love to see him in Los Angeles with the Chargers. Be a fun thing to see. Move on from Greg Roman. We'll see what happens, though. Steelers picking up a big win last night, taking over top spot in the AFC North in the process. Well, fantasy-wise, H.N. put up some numbers. Aaron Rodgers, if you were desperate, a couple tuds, we'll take that. Completed a good chunk of his passes as well in cold Pittsburgh, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as I mentioned, walking away with the win. It is a game day, and it is a double revenge game as the Edmonton Oilers with Tristan Jarry taking on Stuart Skinner and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Maybe they should just swap helmets. I think they have the wrong colored helmets here. Not that big of a deal, but it is kind of fun to see when they get out there. Of course, Tristan Jarry does have his Oilers pads. It looks pretty good on Saturday night when he picked up the win over the Maple Leafs. Brandon Douglas, good morning. How you doing today?
Morning. I'm doing well. I'm feeling quite fortunate this morning. We talked yesterday about the needle I would need to try and thread to emerge victorious in both of my fantasy football playoff matchups, and by some minor miracle stroke of luck, I did just that. And basically, like that final possession by the Dolphins, I needed it. I needed everything that happened on it. Achan with the 8-yard scamper out from kind of by the goal line, then a reception a play or two later, picked up a couple yards. It was enough. I won by less than a point. Metcalf, a strong night, but not too strong. So I won by about 2.5 points in my Superflex league, and here I am through to the next round of the playoffs in both of them. I'm happy. I'm counting my blessings because it wasn't a very good performance by each of my two teams. Some questionable management maybe along the line too, but hey, that's fantasy football, baby.
You know what? You just got to be better than the other guy.
And that's right.
There is,
it's only one. It's 1v1 every week. That's all it is.
Who hasn't played in like a 12-team league where you win 71-68, right? It happens.
We've all been there.
You take it, and then there's like two teams that will put up.
Then there's a team that had 180 points and lost somehow. Right?
It's the way fantasy sports works, but we love it. I should say, just because we talked a little bit on the Kevin Carey show about how we had a couple packages up for grabs. Well, we just mentioned the one. We had the Wicked Will Hawk beef jerky package today in the month of giving. 4 loge seats at the Oilers Islanders game. You get to see Matthew Schaefer twirling around out there. The kid's incredible.
Doing his thing.
And then we also had a package that came in a little bit late here from On the Rocks. So shout out to everyone down at OTR. Nice little package. It's a pub party for 10. That includes 5 appetizers, 10 entrees, 4 drinks per person. You do the math on that. Also, a $250 gift card to On the Rocks. Another $250 gift card to the New Druid, which is opening up where like Mercer used to be. Mm-hmm. What a great spot that is. I heard about that a little while ago. So that's going to be a very cool spot to dip in and maybe pre and post game, have a few beverages, and also a pair of tickets to the Oilers Lightning game on March 21st. Potentially to see maybe some gold medalists.
Nice.
Hopefully. It could happen. It'll be after the Olympics. So that's going to be between 2 and 6 today here on the Jason Greger Show. Of course, you can always get your bids into 1-833-401-1440. All money raised today, I believe, will be going straight to Santa's Anonymous. So what's awesome day again here in the month of giving, and Oilers in action. Puck drop 5:30, probably closer to 5:40 if we're being realistic, out in Pittsburgh. Open up the text line here, 1-833-401-1440. Brad texting in here, is Nick's a top 10 quarterback next year? Let's say he throws another 8 touchdown, 1 to 3 interceptions.
Fantasy quarterback or real life reality quarterback? His fantasy upside is always tantalizing because he is athletic. He can run. Doesn't do it a ton, but I always like Cortland Sutton is good, but is he elite. Like, does Bo Nix have an elite receiver to complement him as a quarterback, which is usually kind of what someone needs. Now, there's arguments. Josh Allen does it without in Buffalo. Drake May having an MVP type season in New England. He doesn't really have that guy like Steph Diggs. Call a spade. He's past his prime, still effective for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think if the Broncos look to continue to upgrade their offense with maybe some more weapons to him, I could see it happening for sure. He's had a solid season, even if it's like doesn't knock you off your socks, maybe compared to his rookie campaign where he burst on and had a little more personal success, but the team successes can't be questioned.
Yeah, I mean, and kind of the knock on Bo Nix, I thought, from his first year, not a fantasy, but a lot of his throws weren't really deep downfield. This year, I still think in games he's missed some shots downfield, which probably would have people keep him out of that conversation. But man, you can't argue, like 23-9 and your touchdown interception ratio. He hasn't thrown more than 2 interceptions in the game, which is nice. Like two is not great, but it's not the worst. He's had 2 4-touchdown games. No 3 touchdown games this season. Oh, sorry, 1 actually against the Colts where they lost. So he's had some big games. Yeah, but I would say so. Like, I mean, fantasy or reality, I think we're still going to say like Lamar and Jalen Hurts. You're going to have Josh Allen, probably Joe Burrow.
Drake May's in that conversation
Drake
now.
May, Mahomes is still going to be in that conversation. Matthew Stafford has to be in that conversation.
Is like a guy like Jared Goff, same thing. Like he doesn't, but like when you're in that high powered of an offense, you're going to rack up the points, the yardage, dishing it all, even if it is just on screen passes to Jahmyr Gibbs, right? So
Dak Prescott's probably going to be in the, if we're talking fantasy, like he can put up big numbers.
The Niners and Brock Purdy.
Like Justin Herbert got me to an 11-2 record or something in the regular season.
There are a lot of really bad quarterbacks in the NFL right now, but there are still a lot of really good ones too. So to kind of crack that top 10 threshold, it's tougher to do than maybe you think of it just first glance, because there's a lot of good guys out there that have had a lot of regular season success, quite a few of them with some postseason success to their resume too. And of course, quite a few Super Bowl champions still out there trolling around the league as well.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing, like I would agree, like I don't, in your perfect world, Courtland Sutton's not your number 1 receiver.
And a couple texts came in about this too. I think Troy Franklin is kind of starting to maybe take over that, but once again, nobody's calling Troy Franklin in the same category as guys like Chase, Jefferson if he had a good quarterback, even like Nico Collins. Like is Troy Franklin as good as Garrett Wilson as a receiver? I don't think so, right? So I think there's still a long way to go, and maybe that's like the next step in this Broncos evolution. They've obviously focused on defense a lot here, and it's one of the best groups in the league for the last couple seasons. Maybe now they turn their attention, whether it be through the draft, free agency, trade, in getting some more offensive weapons for Nix to deliver the ball to.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think that would be like the route. The problem is the Denver Broncos in the draft are going to be picking later on. Not to say that they couldn't get. They're not getting Cardinal Tate out of Ohio State, right? He's not going to be there when they're selecting. He's probably a top 10 pick. There's a kid at Arizona State that's pretty good, Jordan Tyson. So, like, are those guys going to be available? I don't think so. But I think you can also, like, learn from some other teams. It doesn't have to be that elite top-end talent that gets the job done. And I think the Denver Broncos would be kind of a case for that. Like, they've kind of gone receiver by committee. It's worked out pretty well for them. But yeah, I like what they're doing. I think that's probably going to be the next step. And I just like, if you go back to the Sean Payton Super Bowl winning team with the Saints, Marcus Colston would have been there. He was always very productive. Jimmy Graham would have been there. Was Robert Meacham a receiver for them at that point? Like, it was Drew Brees had his weapons, but Sean Payton schemed it up so well. Like, he was just picking them apart. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with the Broncos this offseason, but pretty good group. Why do you not name JSN up there for the top receivers? Yeah, we just forgot him. He's up there.
We also didn't name Puka Nacua, CeeDee Lamb.
No.
George Pickens has had a slow past couple weeks, but he's still 3rd in the league in receiving. So, like, there are a lot of really good receivers out there. Amon-Ra in Detroit, right, that I think still easily clear the likes of whether it be Troy Franklin is the emerging number 1 or Courtland Sutton as maybe the still incumbent. And I just pulled up the Courtland Sutton is 13th in the league this year in receiving yards. But we're also looking at a year where right now through 15 weeks, there's only 7,000-yard receivers. Right now, a couple more guys will get there by year's end. JSN, pretty strong chance, I think, maybe depending how the last few weeks go, to maybe even be a 2,000-yard receiver this year. He's at 1541 right now. I think he's obviously been the best guy in the league this year.
What are we watching on TV right now?
Some European hockey.
Did I just see Linus Omark?
That'd be wild.
I think I did. He's still playing in Europe. I mean, maybe Omark's a very common name. But anywho, sorry to go off.
No, that's okay.
An old tangent there. But when you see Linus Omark potentially playing in Europe, got to be all over it. And hey, there's a ton of elite receivers. We missed a couple, whatever. If you bring them up, you know how good they are. JSN, of course, is an absolute stud. And that's who I think the Denver Broncos looked at the target, a guy like that. And they got him second half of the draft. Like, he started off the run. Was it he, Quentin Johnston, Addison, Zay Flowers, I want to say, was kind of the run of receivers that went there, which bugged me because I really wanted the Chargers to get Jackson Smith and the Jigba. Another question for hockey. Any idea how Jari got his oil equipment the next day?
Well, Vaughn is their full custom still, which is the type of gear that Tristan Jari wears. And actually, I believe that Jesse Granger, who covers Vegas Golden Knights, but also is like a bit of a goalie fanatic and does lots of work with the on goalies at The Athletic, I actually think he wrote a piece on that. So if you're curious for more insight, go check that out. I believe Low Tide retweeted it earlier this morning, or was it last night? Doesn't matter. So yeah, just go find that. Jesse Granger at The Athletic had a piece on it.
Could have been some whispers. Could have been.
Maybe they had it after the rumors the week previous.
Maybe their head office is in Toronto, and coincidentally, it was just right there, ready to go.
That certainly, that certainly helps, because it is all still North American made and manufactured. And like I said, it's all custom. So as long as you have the materials there in the right color schemes,
yeah,
they already have the specs on file, obviously. And I'm not saying it's easy to quickly throw together a new set of goalie equipment, but I think it would take priority pretty quickly for them inside the warehouse.
Doesn't take like a year to make it.
No,
so I guess if you have, like you said, you have the colors, you have the fabric. We got a top end client that needs them. Let's get them out there ASAP. And
because I think it's a different pattern of, like, it's the same Vaughn pad, like whatever it is now, like V11s. But I think it's a different pattern than what he was wearing on his Pittsburgh ones. So maybe he had to, like, that was the compromise. He's like, yeah, I still want some. He's a guy that likes the dark base with the coloring on top. He was wearing black ones in Pittsburgh.
They look great.
Oh, they look sick.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan for sure. So yeah, it just now, is that going to work for every goalie that gets traded? Well, no. Stu Skinner, I think, could just put a little yellow tape over the orange part of his white gear, and I think that's what he's going to be wearing tonight. Or you can get this. You can actually buy it to change the colors of your pads in small sections and stuff, almost like a little roll-on leather tape type thing. So
yeah, Tristan Jari had the Pittsburgh Penguins helmet on in the game,
and it says black and yellow Warrior stick still. So, and
he was asked yesterday, speaking to the media, will he have
his new helmet?
And he's like, no. I don't know. And I thought I saw Stuart Skinner at practice wearing his Oiler helmet.
Like, helmets, that's a little bit of a different story. Like, they're full custom airbrush paint.
Wouldn't you just want to wear like
just a black one?
A plain one.
I don't know. It looks amateur.
I mean,
instead of just wearing your Oilers or your Penguins helmet still with your Oilers gear,
it looked weird. It's funny. I'm curious if this happens tonight and Skinner wears his Oilers mask and Jari wears his Penguins mask. Have we seen
everyone
that
gets
before?
confused
Where both goalies are wearing the opposing one? Because we saw, what's his name,
David Ayers,
when he went in, he
has like Leaf stuff because he's their practice goalie or whatever.
So he was wearing a Leafs helmet with the Canes uniform.
Yeah.
Have we seen it with both goalies doing that?
Opposite. Yeah, that's a good question. Probably not, I would think.
Probably not.
This is a very unique situation where goalies traded for each other, then play each other 4 days later.
More of a revenge game for Skinner?
I think so.
Because, like, I took you guys to 2 cups, or I was part of the team. Then they move on. For Jari, it's like, yes, something had to change. Maybe, Honestly, it could be an occasion where both these guys benefit from this, I think, actually. 1-833-401-1440. Paul Almeida just DM'd me on Twitter. He's like, I just tweeted if we've seen it before with two goalies wearing opposing helmets. I don't think so. Like, it'd have to be such a situation where two goalies are traded, which how often does that happen? Like a real hockey trade. And then they play each other within like 2 weeks or a week because, I mean, how long does it take to do up the helmet? It's going to be funny. They should almost get a picture together with their helmets on. MTR texted in, my fears of the Rams trade their 2 first-round picks, including the top 10 pick from Atlanta, and acquire Joe Burrow. Then Stafford retires. I've heard 2 people tell me that like Burrow trade things are possible.
Do you believe it?
I think he would really have to initiate it in Cincinnati and say, like, I don't want to be here.
I saw a mock draft yesterday that had the Rams trading up to first overall, I assume using the other 2 first-round picks they have to draft Mendoza. Which to me is insane. You could probably get him with your pick that you're going to have normally.
10?
Is that where the
Falcons
Falcons
are? That's where the Falcons are right now.
Yeah.
I think Mendoza's going number 1. And then we'll see where Dante Moore goes. Should he commit to, well, declare for the draft? Yeah. Although he could stay in school for 2 more years.
New Orleans going to have to wait another year before they can get their hands on Arch Manning. But do they want to? Tyler Shuck might be him.
He might be the real deal. That would be something. Oh, it'll be a fun draft as always. I just brought up a CBS Sports mock draft here, and the Rams selecting with the number 10 overall pick, Ty Simpson out of Alabama.
It makes sense for them to start looking to the future. Like it's so crazy when you look at how good the Rams are and how superb MVP frontrunner Matt Stafford has been that we were talking about like the week before the season started if he was even going to play this year.
Yeah, because he had neck issues, right?
Something, a neck, back.
Yeah. And now he's like playing unreal.
Looks fine, but he is not young anymore, and I'm sure all those years in Detroit took quite a beating. I'm sure his body's feeling pretty rough. So, it makes sense for the Rams to look for the future and have a quick transition because when a guy like Nakua is still so young, you got the running back tandem of Williams and Corum. They're not old players, right? They're the young defense. Like, they are primed to continue to be effective if they can properly replace Matt Stafford at quarterback.
Totally.
So,
yeah.
Joe Burrow would be a pretty interesting way to do that.
And like, you would think like money in, money out. If Stafford retires, there's that money to pay Burrow.
For sure.
And you talked about 2 good running backs that are young. You know, obviously, we know Puka Nacua. You said Devontae for another couple of years at least. Tutu Atwell. Herbert and Burrow in L.A. The stars coming out. Well, Matthew Stafford's a star as well. So, yeah, that'd be interesting. The other person who brought it up, I will let them remain anonymous, but it was a Minnesota Vikings fan.
Brought up
Joe Burrow.
To Minnie.
Yeah.
No, it's nine looked fine on Sunday.
Josh I forgot he's a Bengals fan. He's just shaking his head over there. Come on. Yeah, 9's back.
How funny would that be that the Bengals, they shell out all this money to keep Chase, to keep Higgins, and then you just end up essentially selling your franchise quarterback. They'll get it. They'll get a great return. Don't doubt that for a moment, but still.
It's crazy. That'd be absolutely massive. We haven't seen a big name quarterback like that get traded since Matthew Stafford.
The Deshaun Watson trade. There were a lot of other circumstances around that, but
what was more recent? Was
Watson trade?
Yeah. Well, he might be back.
Kind of looking that way.
Man, what if he gets a shot again? That'd be wild. Anyways, let's take a break. 1-833-401-1440. That's the text line. Send us thoughts, questions, anything you guys want to talk about. Let us know. You're listening to Fantasy Frenzy on Sports 1440, watching on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Also Twitch, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
Japa Machinery Group knows that XCMG may not roll off the tongue, but Japa's team will help keep your construction jobs rolling on time and on budget with heavy equipment sales and rentals. Visit japamachinery.com to find out more.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. December is here. Christmas shopping, Christmas wrapping, Christmas baking, grocery shopping. What about our vehicle? Does it need tires? It's not running? No problem. We got you covered. At Northgate GM, we have a tremendous selection of newer used vehicles, winter tires at cost, and of course, service with a smile. Come in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
I'm making my list, checking it twice, and guess what? I'm giving Wilhock Beef Jerky to everyone, naughty and nice. Because honestly, everyone deserves a taste of Alberta's finest, no matter if they've been bad or good. So this holiday season, skip the chocolates and pass on the turkey. Make sure you're Wilhocking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Ho, ho, ho!
Available at Wilhock Beef Jerky in Leduc.
Do you sit around at work listening to sports radio all day? That's right, my friend. There's no shame in it. It's the good life. And we're not here to snitch. Say, if your company advertised on Sports 1440, you could be the one listening for your company's ad every day. Now you've got an excuse to listen to Sports 1440 all day. It's part of the job. Sounds like someone's getting a promotion. Email Gregor at sports1440.ca and let's get to work for you.
Edmonton's only 24-hour-a-day sports radio station can be heard anytime, anywhere. Sports 1440 is streaming on your phone, your tablet, your computer. Download an app today and listen to Sports 1440.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Winter snow and ice are nothing to fear when the Lawnmower Hospital's in your corner. Keep pathways clear of snow with the Echo PB770T backpack blower, or go even bigger with a huge PB9010T. Right now, buy select commercial walk-behind BCS sweepers and get the Echo PB9010T for free. The Lawnmower Hospital has pet-safe, plant-safe ice melt, too. Visit lawnmowerhospital.com.
The Lawnmower Hospital.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:25. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and Sam Wilness. Sam, final day as a Sports 1440 intern. How you doing today, man?
You know what? I'm doing pretty well so far. It was a bit of an early day for me, but I'm here now in the studio, final day.
Emotions are high, I bet, eh?
A little bit. It's a little bit of a sense of, you know, probably when I walk out of this building, I'm going to be like, wow, it's actually over. And also the fact that I don't have to wake up very early for like, I get a little bit of an extended winter break until
Yeah.
hopefully we're waiting on word from another radio station to see if I got a job there. Other than that, yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll wait and see. Our fingers are crossed. Obviously, we wish you well and appreciate all the work you did for us. Maybe the Duke will take you out for lunch today. And you know what? Enjoy the little extended Christmas break here. It's kind of nice. And also, thank you for the donuts today.
No problem.
Whoa, that was Sam?
Sam brought some donuts in.
I noticed Josh had a couple.
I'm trying to think in the past. Josh, you brought in something after your practicum wrapped up, right?
Brought in donuts.
You did donuts. Kate did Timbits. Shout out Kate if you're listening. I don't think
Kate the Great.
I don't think Donovan brought anything.
No,
I think
that rat.
I think we had to buy him donuts for him to leave.
And then he came back. All of a sudden, he's just like right back in here the next day. And I'm not. Yeah, I don't recall Liam.
I don't know if Liam did either.
Anything off either, but yeah, just another one in the great list of interns that we've had. Another one starting here in January. So exciting times.
I always we should have taking introductory pictures, a cross between
my first day,
a draft picture, and Michael Scott shaking the hand of
Ed
Truck, whose Kappa was detated. Some pictures like that. Welcome to the program. But we don't. We will have a new intern starting. About a month actually. We'll have Mackenzie joining us for the next 4 months. Dinocracy says, best wishes to you, Sam. The well wishes are rolling in. Lance says, future Raiders, Mendoza. My buddy Johnny is a huge Raiders fan. That's who he wants. We'll see. He's going to be fun to watch in the playoffs because he can almost cement himself as the number one pick in the college football playoffs.
Yeah. And they'll have a bye, so we will get to see Dante Moore maybe torch JMU.
Have you been following, for those who don't know, they're meeting up in the college football playoffs, Oregon Ducks and James Madison?
Yeah.
Have you seen their back and forth on Twitter?
I've seen, I don't know about their specific back and forth. I saw this thing out there about, I don't know if it was like the pundits or what, the naysayers of a group of 5 team in being like, it's a safety issue of Oregon playing against JMU because they're clearly so mismatched at talent.
Someone said that, yeah.
But that, to me, that's preposterous. I mean, they're both Division I college football programs. Just because one plays in the Big Ten and one plays in the Sun Belt, like teams lose those games all the time. So, but no, I have not seen the specific back and forth between JMU and Oregon.
It's like a JMU fan site, and they posted tweeted a video of Oregon Ducks highlights that were in slow motion. They're like, you guys, these guys are incredibly slow. We got no problem. And then an Oregon fan site did a video of JMU sped up and oh my God, you guys, these guys are so fast. I think that both sides know obviously it's a huge mismatch, but they're just having fun with it. I don't know how it became something on my algorithm, but it James Madison something. They're so funny. So if you get a chance to watch it, it's pretty good.
I am a believer in getting representation, so a group of 5 team to make the highest ranked at large team, right? I'm in favor of that. Now this year it's a little more complicated because couple really good teams get left out as a result. And last year, Boise State was a top 12 team in the country to get in. JMU is not. They're what's their actual ranking? 24th? Doesn't matter. So it's such a tough battle. No one will ever be happy, but we're in the middle of transfer portal stuff now in college football, and frankly, I kind of hate it. The season's still going on. There's tons of games to still be played, and we're seeing guys change teams like they're changing pants.
Thank you, Texas. Yeah. And then an 18 paragraph thing at the end. I'm entering the transfer. We don't care. Well, people do care.
I can't remember his name or even what position he plays, but he's entering the transfer portal. He's submitting a special application to the NCAA to play a 7th year of college football, and it will be for a 7th different team, to have 7th different school. That, like,
is that a safety issue?
In what world does that make any sense? That's a joke.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
That's too long. It's far too long. Let's go into the inbox for elksnation.ca. Of course, 2 weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger rolling on through the offseason. They'll be joined by alumni, current players. It'll be a lot of fun for all you CFL fans out there. elksnation.ca is the website, has all the information plus articles, and check them out wherever you get your podcast from or watch on YouTube, elksnation.ca. Cat Dad, on the topic of the double revenge game, what are the odds of a goalie fight in the double revenge game?
I think probably pretty low. I don't know if they have much ill will towards each other.
Skinner's just pissed.
Just imagine like someone crashes the net on Stu Skinner and he just starts throwing haymakers at Connor.
Yeah. I've been waiting so long for this.
Oh, I hate you. You did this to me.
You don't follow me on Instagram.
He just like slashes Evan Bouchard's ankles out from underneath him. Oh, those turnovers. You chased me out of town.
Yeah. Now I got your attention. Now you're watching. Oddball says there's goalies that have used stickers to cover up. Yeah, I kind of thought that might be like, just, I'm not a Penguin anymore. Throw like a big sticker on it. Like,
it's a big X.
Yeah, just not there anymore. Remember when the LeBron was in high school and couldn't have tattoos?
I do not remember
he put these like big white patches on his tattoos during games.
Oh, I know.
We got to just
take unknown to me.
We got to use that technology.
The reverse fake sleeve. Wasn't that like a popular trend at a certain time that you would wear like a fake sleeve to make it look like you had tattoos to make yourself seem cool?
I don't know if that was a real
I don't know if it was a real trend or maybe just like a pop culture thing.
A Halloween costume, maybe.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
I think they did it on Big Bang Theory as well.
Yeah, that's probably where I've seen it.
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory rock.
wouldn't look very realistic. Playbug Vic says, we all know that Burrow and Chase are tied at the hip. But, Burrow and Jefferson could be too. Both Tigers.
Go Tigers.
They won a national championship. Firthy says, do the Bucks fire Todd Bowles at the end of the year? The Bucks defense has given up way too much this season, and it was the same thing for part of last season.
I would say there's 3 defensive head coaches that have deployed pretty bad defenses this year that are all maybe on a hot seat here in the home stretch of the season.
It's like Aaron Glenn firing his defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Like, aren't you the defensive coach?
Wait a minute. Todd Bowles, Jonathan Gannon, and Raheem Morris in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think all 3 of those guys have a very strong possibility of being let go. Now for the Bucks, it would be a real kick in the nads because 2 years consecutive you've had your offensive coordinators leave for head coaching jobs and now you're kind of left with nothing.
Yeah. Would they have promoted those guys? Who knows?
Yeah, like if you could have kept it, if you could have had a Ben Johnson situation where they stay for one more year, call it unfinished business, because the Bucks were in the playoffs each of the last 2 seasons, obviously, then you make the decision to be like, actually, Todd Bowles, I think we're going to give it to David Canales, or more, I think maybe more appropriately and maybe preferably if you're a Bucks fan, Liam Cohen, who looks like he's got something cooking down in Jacksonville.
Let me rip through these. Let's say, I've heard potentially Vegas might want a head coach, maybe Miami. Who's the interns right now? New York Giants?
Kafka in New York, Tennessee.
So
I can't even remember that guy's name, but it doesn't matter.
Mike McCoy?
Yeah.
Former Chargers coach. You get, and I'll rip through a couple names here. You tell me who you'd want. Actually, let's go this way. On a scale of 1 to 10, how interested you'd be? We could do blind
if I'm
rankings.
any team.
Yeah, you're any team. Vance Joseph, Broncos defensive coordinator, has head coaching experience.
Low. 5.
Chris Shula, Rams D coordinator.
That would be pretty high. Maybe like an 8.
Jeff Hafley, coordinator of the Packers, defensive.
7.
Matt Nagy.
3.
Joe Brady from the Bills.
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be like a 7.
Bobby Saleh from the Niners, defensive coordinator.
Yeah, former head coach. I think that's like a 7 too.
Jesse Minter from the Chargers.
Yeah, probably like 7 or 8.
Clint Kubiak, offensive coordinator for the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think that might be the number 1 name on the list. Call that a 9.
Arthur Smith.
2.
That was just a low one. What if Kevin Stefanski got fired?
I think he would be the number 1 guy.
Yeah.
Maybe even ahead of Kubiak.
Kind of like almost like the Vrabel.
The Vrabel situation. Except I don't think Stefanski would take a year off because he's getting out of the situation in Cleveland. He's a 2-time Coach of the Year winner, which Vrabel was a 1-time Coach of the Year winner, maybe even 2. Let's see. One for sure. I think he actually has a horse named
Coach
Cody, Coty. But yeah, Stefanski and Kubiak would easily top my list.
Yeah, like Kubiak's one I like. Vance Joseph to me is like pops off because like he has the experience and he went back to Denver where he was the head coach.
That's what I mean. Like I think Vance Joseph would garner interest, but I wonder if Vance Joseph has just said, like, I'm content here working under Sean Payton, having success. I tried the head coaching thing, did not go very well for me. I'm good doing this. Because it's a conversation you have had many times on this show about coordinators that have success, that desire, that push, like internally your personality type to want to be a head coach. It's not, the grass is not always greener on the other side.
I mean, I would think that about Nagy as well with KC. Like it was so bad in Chicago. But also, what about Spags, their defensive coordinator? I mean, it's dropped off this year. The guy can coach defense.
Yeah, like, but like, is somebody interested in hiring Spagnuolo as a head coach?
I mean, it's been so long. People forget.
Yeah, that is true.
How bad was it
in pro sports? We seem to have very short memories. Very short.
MTR says the rumor is Vance Joseph is having the time of his life.
These are the things we know.
Well, I mean, probably. He's got a good group there.
Having the time of his life. What was that guy's name?
Oh, I forget. It was a Chargers game. Chargers Broncos, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even pop up when I Googled it. Oh, well.
Did you just Google having the time of his life?
I put time of his life. I should have put ESPN in there, maybe. Good line. Yeah, it's not popping up. Whatever.
Sergio Dip.
Sergio
Dip.
MTR remembers. I'm sure you looked it up there. Yeah. Darcy's, what are the Steelers going to do, or what options do they have if Rodgers does retire after this year?
Get Mason Rudolph in there.
Is Mason finally ready? Phillip Rivers might be available.
Joe
Flacco. I don't know.
There's just something about Flacco.
Is there any backup like Mac Jones? Could you look to trade for him?
So, yeah, let's look around and maybe see it at backups looking for a potential starting job. Guys that have had success and shown they are worthy.
Yeah.
I think Mac Jones is definitely in that category, and how he played for the Niners. Is a guy like Davis Mills. He won 3 straight games for Houston on an offense that has largely struggled at times. And I'm not saying
he might just want to compete.
I'm not saying he lit the world on fire, but he just literally conceded the starting job for a team that had drafted him in the 3rd round. Maybe he is interested in going for a look elsewhere, or is he just a Chase Daniel type and just makes $40 million as a backup for the rest of his life?
Yeah.
Trey Lance,
yeah. Could be an interesting one. Looked okay in the preseason.
He looked nails in preseason. That guy in Philadelphia, Tanner McKee.
Yeah.
I would, and listen, all these teams, they're probably interested in keeping these guys because you always want a good backup. Injuries happen all the time.
Kirk Cousins.
I seriously think Kirk will sign somewhere with a chance to compete for a starting job.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that one bit.
I mean, you said it last night, like Rodgers like smiling for the first time.
Yeah.
You or Kevin. Maybe Kevin said it.
I think Kevin said it, but he's right. Like he
maybe he's happy.
Looked like he was enjoying himself. Maybe he does give it another kick at the can.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't mind this year's quarterback group if you're looking to draft, but it happens every year. You got to get in like the top 12, top 15. It goes on a bit of a run. Tony the meter reader says, I agree, boys. Bulls defense sucks. Cost him a few games now. Very conservative. Well, he was mad about his team on Thursday night.
Compete level.
Yeah.
Expletive filled tirade.
MTR says Sal will have lots of interest too. Yeah, we mentioned him. So. I called him Bobby.
Bobby
I think his friends call him that.
Bobby Salah.
His defense was good in New York.
And like sometimes it is tough to evaluate head coaches if the teams are just straight up bad, which I think is kind of where maybe the Jets are at with Aaron Glenn right now. Even though he did just fire Steve Wilkes, who also was a former head coach. People forget.
Yeah, not very long.
No, well, I think he's actually head coach twice. I think he was in Arizona. Maybe that was just an interim job. But then, 1 year with the Panthers.
Panthers 2022. He was a Chargers DB coach once upon a time. Man, he's been around. Yeah, he was Panthers interim coach in 2022. And head coach of the Cards. That's where I remember him from.
Yeah.
For 1 year. That was before Kingsbury?
I think so.
And the Kyler Murray era began.
But yeah, like Saleh, I think he's had enough success as a coordinator, like on a second time around, that he would get another look.
Norman says, is Josh McDaniels ready yet?
That is someone that should never, ever get another chance to be a head coach ever again.
I think the Raiders should give him another look.
Like, you talk about having a short memory. The fact the Raiders hired him after what happened in Denver is crazy.
Yeah.
And now is another team going to hire him again? Or is he as a person finally saying, like what we just talked about, I'm having the time of my life here in New England. Things are going well. Why would I want to go and do that to myself again just for listen, you make a lot more money. I think he's probably fairly well off in that regard at this point. Yeah. And it's not like coordinators are poorly paid.
No.
They're making a couple $1 million a year almost certainly.
He's got Drake May there now.
Yeah.
I think it'd be silly to leave. I think he's a very good offensive coordinator. Like,
just maybe not.
Maybe Nagy
doesn't have the people skills maybe to be a head coach.
With some guys, yeah. Some guys just maybe not meant to lead totally. You do so much more going from a coordinator to a head coach. So maybe he should just stay there. Triple C and Chuck says, if we're going by Rudolph's stash, he's ready. He's ready to be a starting quarterback. Let's take a break here. When we come back, we'll get to Ed and MTR and a few more. It's Fantasy Frenzy brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantork. Cantork has always been a forward-thinking company, but now that we've turned 25, I can't help but take a minute to take a look back. Thank you to everyone that's been with us along the way.
And now Action Electrical's testing team is on defense duty. They're the guardians of safety and compliance, a critical part of any lineup.
Precisely. They perform rigorous safety and code compliance testing for commercial operations. Think of them as the referees, ensuring everything is up to standard before disaster strikes.
Their preventative plays are legendary, spotting faults early. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Looking for the perfect gift? Give the gift of great taste with a Loca Quality Market gift card. Redeemable at any Loca Quality Market or Loca operated restaurant. It's a treat for food lovers. Ready anytime. Grab yours today at loca.ca.
The longest running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. People are happy and children are grinning from ear to ear. Brent Ridge Ford hopes you enjoy the little things this festive season. Merry Christmas from Richard, Leslie, and the staff at Brent Ridge Ford in Wetaskiwin.
Warm wishes for a happy holiday season from Bashaw Concrete Products. May you enjoy this festive time of year with family and friends, making memories to last a lifetime. Merry Christmas from Doreen, Dallas, Dylan, and all the staff at Bashaw Concrete Products.
I'm Rick Showers from No Bull RV. People often ask me, hey, Rick, do people actually buy RVs from No Bull in the fall?
Fair question, Rick. Why would you want to buy an RV just when it's time to put it away in storage for the winter?
And I have the answer, Bob, because the RVs at No Bull are used. And that means every RV on our lot is a one of a kind. So when you're looking for a used RV, you can be really picky.
One of a kind means you don't have to compromise on what you're looking for.
That's right, Bob. But it also means when you find the right one, you grab it up before someone else does. Sometimes that's in the fall, but No Bull makes it easy because when you buy your used RV now, we include winterization and winter storage for free. We even get it prepared for spring camping at no charge to you. All you need to do is be ready for the great outdoors come next spring. When you think of it that way, the fall might be the best time to get your RV.
And that's No Bull.
NoBullRV.ca.
Every coach needs a game plan. Plan your fantasy frenzy with Halley and Douglas right here on Edmonton's Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It is 11:45. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and Sam Wilnes with you here from the Sports 1440 studios in West Edmonton Mall. Thank you guys for joining us today. Lots to come up here still on Sports 1440. Of course, up next it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. Declan Kruger will be there, Donovan Paulson, Alan Mitchell in his new glasses, and Rachel Krychek will be there as well, formerly Rachel Dory. Couldn't do yesterday, hopping on today. So, of course, they'll talk a lot of Edmonton Oilers as they're in Pittsburgh to take on the Penguins. We'll do the same on the Jason Greger Show from 2 till 6. We will be hearing from Greg Wyshynski of ESPN. We've got Cam Tate's 2-minute warning. Seth Rohrbaugh covers the Penguins for the Tribune Review. Struddy at 3:25 questions. Spec from the rink out in Pittsburgh, the Igloo. They don't call it
as
that.
it was formerly known. Well, that's a different arena entirely, but
What was it called actually?
The Mellon Arena.
Mellon, yeah. What is it now? Do you know?
Well, it's the new building, and it was PP&G or P&PG, some combination of those three letters. Paints Arena, but I think it might actually have a different name again.
Is it on Fifth Ave?
I don't know.
Is there a party on Fifth Ave in Pittsburgh? That should be
apparently, yeah. PPG Paints Arena is still what it's called. I lied.
And what's the address?
Let me tell you.
I'm just curious because they should be playing Macmillan.
1001 Fifth Avenue.
Fifth Avenue. Play party on Fifth Ave in Pittsburgh. Come on. It's really silly that they don't
get an NBA team.
I mean, they have everything else. Why not?
That's what I mean.
Do they have an MLS team? I don't think so.
Who cares?
Well,
no offense.
Here's the thing, Duke. A lot of people do.
Do they?
Yeah.
The MLS?
Yeah. It's more people watch MLS than they watch the NHL in the States. Read a book. It's the most popular name in the world.
You idiot.
For the record, I don't actually know that to be a fact. Of the MLS.
So now we're just making stuff up.
I'm pretty sure most watched sports in the United States.
I would believe there's more attended or watched on TV. Because I know that Atlanta sells out every game.
The crowd in Portland looks insane.
But these are
Seattle.
Yeah.
Apparently
Portland makes sense. They have very little else going on there.
Per Google AI, it goes NFL, NBA, MLB, MLS, NHL. So,
all right.
People care.
I was wrong. People love the MLS.
So should they get an MLS team and an NBA team? What would you call them? Their NBA team, the Pittsburgh
River Monsters.
I like it.
Black and yellow color scheme.
Obligatorily. I love that when a city just goes with one color scheme. So sick.
Should the Raptors switch to the Huskies colors full time to match the Leafs and Jays?
Those are great. Those unis?
I think they are really slick.
I thought the WNBA team should have gone with
those
Huskies.
tempo jerseys suck.
Yeah.
Those are terrible.
Call themselves the Huskies and just rip it off.
Is that are those tempo jerseys kind of like what we have for the PWHL expansion teams this year too, where it's they're just temporary? But they have I guess hockey teams have names too, but they're not their actual logos or jerseys, they're temporary ones. Is that the case with tempo? I didn't read much into it.
I don't think so. I think that's it.
Okay, that's terrible. And those suck. They're maybe the worst I've ever seen.
Maroon and white. You don't like it?
No. I like a maroon. I just think the jerseys are terrible.
Also today, where did we stop? Spec pregame coverage from 4:30 to 5:30. Walks out with a throat injury, just a sickness.
The throat
just lost his voice. Landon Farrar will be there. You'll be doing postgame.
I guess so. Can't wait. Me and Donnie at it again.
Yeah. Back like he never left. Couple texts before we hand things over to LT. The Steelers looking to get Tyson Bagent.
Tyson Bagent, yeah.
Chicago.
Chicago just extended him.
They paid him, yeah.
Yeah, they paid him pretty good backup money for a guy that doesn't have a ton of experience. They're obviously quite high on him. The scouting report on him is very high IQ quarterback, arm strength, not a strength. Funnily enough,
great story too.
Well, yeah, the
worked his way up.
It's unreal. What was he at the Colorado School of Mining?
Was it?
Yeah, or something. I can't remember if it was Colorado, but some mining school. So he was playing college ball, and he parlays that into transferred somewhere else, I think, and then
Shepherd
School of Mining.
It's just Shepherd Shepherd University, Div 2.
Started some games for him last year, impressed people. Or maybe not with Justin Fields, right? He started some games when Fields was still the QB before they drafted Caleb Williams. So a lot of credit to him. Yeah,
I didn't know there was a school for mining.
Schools for everything.
I guess you got to learn. They also had another player, Joey Fisher, who's kind of a journeyman NFL player. A lot of players actually coming from that program. But yeah, good story. I don't know if they'll be moving on from him. And Ontario Mom says the most Oiler thing to happen would be a Skinner shutout tonight. Okay, Skinner's been known to have shutouts. Oilers will want, I think, win this one. Get to Skinner, I would think. Do it for their guy, but the Penguins are going to have that same mentality, right? Let's win it for the skin daddy.
Yeah, first start with the new team, right? They're going to be maybe buckling down. The Penguins have had a pretty good recent run of blowing leads. So try and shore that up, perhaps. I like the over in tonight's game. I do. I think there'll be a lot of goals. I think Leon will hit the 1,000-point mark. I think Crosby will tie Mario. Needs 2 points to do that, and I might even throw all this together in a little wager action.
Yeah,
and I think the Oilers win the hockey game. So
little parlay over points and stuff.
Yeah, just throw it all in there. See what happens.
What do you make of Kekalainen in Buffalo? Yarmo, obviously, it was the worst kept secret. Kevin Adams had to know he was taking his job.
Yeah, it's like this guy's just breathing down my neck, ready to take my job. He's brought in, paid a pretty handsome salary to be an advisor for the Sabres team. Seemed like an inevitability. I don't really get it. His track record in Columbus wasn't exactly sterling. Like they were just the Columbus Blue Jackets for his time there. That's
a couple good teams.
The Jackets are the Jackets, right? They upset the Lightning in the first round that one year, the President's Trophy winning Tampa Bay Lightning. Then they lost all their guys to free agency after kind of going all in. They keep Bobrovsky, they keep Panarin, they acquire Matt Duchene, right? All these things happen, and then they're all out the door. And listen, some things you can't avoid. Tragedy, the Johnny Gaudreau situation.
I don't know where that audio came from.
I thought it was on your phone at first.
So did I, but I'm
just seeing Benny on your phone. So
and a text from Marty.
Anyway, yeah. So the Johnny Gaudreau tragedy, yeah, that kind of sets them back a little bit because that was supposed to be their new franchise player. They've done a pretty good job drafting Kent Johnson, Adam Fantilli. They traded Gavin Brindley away. So I don't know. The Jackets were a little bit directionless. Hence he was let go. Now he's going to try and turn things around in Buffalo. We'll see. I think we'll be left saying the same thing about the Sabres in another year or two.
Like top priority, Alex Tuck, you got to figure out what you're doing there. And then I think he said he wants to get down 2 goalies.
Smart.
Which is, yeah, common sense. What did Stredi call? Uko Puko Paluka once. He's not bad. Alex Lyon has been, played in a bit. They got Colton Ellis. He's on the IR, so I guess there's no rush there. But then you've also got Devin Levi, kind of up and comer. He's down in the AHL playing pretty well. So I guess some tradable assets if they want to go down that route. But we'll have to see. Like you said, I mean, going from Columbus to Buffalo. Good luck.
He was from Finland, though, so everywhere seems sunny compared to Finland. That's not a knock on Finland. It's just a fact.
It's just a fact.
They're quite northern.
Frithy says they're going to play to Skinner's weaknesses, get him moving laterally. Leon, 2 goals. There's the prediction. Husk says, I don't know if I can read that, Husks. This show is rated G for everyone. That music means we're done. Duke, thank you. Josh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sam, thank you.
Sam, best of luck, young man. Oh. Many thoughts and prayers as you continue your journey.
T's and P's. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again. One more update for Sam. Let's get to it. Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc.
This is the Sports 1440 update.
Oilers and Penguins facing off today in a double revenge match as Stuart Skinner and Tristan Jarry will face their old team for the first time since the trade. with action getting underway at 5:30 and pregame coverage starting at 4:30. 9 other games in the NHL tonight as the Bruins take on the Mammoth. Blackhawks square off with the Maple Leafs. Flyers and Canadians go head-to-head in Montreal. Islanders head to Detroit. Canucks take on the Rangers in the Big Apple. Ducks and Blue Jackets take the ice in Columbus. Capitals take on the Wild. Flames head to San Jose to take on the Sharks. And the Avalanche and Kraken wrap up the night. And in the AJHL, Devon hosts Whitecourt in the GFL Twin Arena. NBA Cup Finals getting underway today as at 6:30 as Jalen Brunson and the Knicks go up against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. Coming up next on Sports 1440, it's the Lowdown with Low Tide. And this has been your final Sports 1440 update with Sam Wilness.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Tired of the same old holiday tunes? Spice things up with the sound of a Wilhauk beef jerky bag being torn open. It's the carol that everyone wants to hear, promising a chorus of tender, perfectly spiced beef jerky. This holiday season, make sure you're Wilhawking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Available at Wilhauk Beef Jerky in Leduc.
As 20